Hello, chat. It's me. And we're back with Dark Souls 3 after, what, our third? Or is it our fourth hiatus? Hopefully, this time we're not playing this game once a week for the rest of the game, but we'll see. Um, I had originally planned to start earlier this week, like the day after the Lies of P stream, but, that didn't happen. So, I was sort of tired and out of it. And you stream when you're in the mood for it, not when it's, you know, I don't want to do this as like an obligation thing because that's not what I do it for. So, quick recap on where we are with Dark Souls 3. Here is the tier list. Last time we finished by killing Aldrich, I believe. And we did a bunch last stream. I think we did like Wolnir, we did Aldrich, we did Old Demon King, we did Pontiff. I think is all we did last stream. Our next goal is Yorm the Giant. I'm hoping today maybe we can do Yorm all the way to Champion Gundyr, since Oseros and Champion Gundyr are after, because after we beat Yorm, we can go straight to Dancer, I think, and then Oseros is not too far after Dancer, and then Oseros unlocks the area that has Gundyr. So that could be a nice 4-peat to do pretty quickly. And then once those four are done, there's not that many bosses left in the main game until we get to the DLC. And one of those is Ancient Wyverns, so, I will probably take a little bit of adjusting back to Dark Souls 3. Because I've been playing a lot of Lies of P, or I was playing a lot of Lies of P. And then after I was playing a lot of Lies of P, I've been playing a ton of Monster Hunter this week. And my YouTube thing is showing me an error, so let me make sure that nothing is broken. Okay, it looks like it's working. I don't know why it's getting mad at me. Saying that okay, hold on. Let me check, of course, we have to troubleshoot bullshit every stream, man. What else is new? Let me just quickly pull up the stream on my phone to make sure that the audio is actually working and that YouTube is lying to me, or if there's something actually wrong with the audio. So... Nah, bro, the audio is working just fine. YouTube is just lying to me. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Okay. Anywho's, here is I think this is the setting I had it on for the last time we played Dark Souls 3. The Dark Souls series being very fickle audio, it is annoying sometimes. And once again, just like the Lies of P stream, there is a chance that there will be some unexpected background noise on account of my situation being different than it was before for a little bit. So, there's background noise, my apologies. Who really gives a shit? I've got 0 viewers, Okay, so... trying to remember. I think, okay, so the next thing we need to do, I assume we've leveled up. Let's make sure we've leveled up.
Well, very well, then taken.
We have, okay.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Well, Ashen One. Okay, so I think we're supposed to go to, what is this, like the something prison, right? Yeah, the Irithyll dungeon. Which is like the worst area in Dark Souls 3. So, it's a great place to come back to if you're not playing for like a week and a half or something. However long it's been since the last Okay. Here we go. I remember this area kind of brings us back to Demon Souls a little bit. God, and every time I come back to this game, I remember how annoying Vort's hammer is. But, we made the decision to... Damn, bro. we made the decision to use this weapon, so, you know, it's my fault. I could have not done that, but I did. And we're looking for Titanite scales, which means the big crystal lizards, I think. What the hell is that? Okay, I think everything is fine. My computer, like, flashed white for a second. I thought that maybe there was something wrong with the stream. It's locked. It's 3 here. No. Where are you left? Because there's going to be one of those guys. Now, if I remember correctly, these guys lower your health, right? They lower your defense health temporarily, not like permanently, but that's what they do, if I remember correctly. Okay, man. Alright. There was no be wary of right message, I guess. That's kind of cringe. None of these guys are real. Wary of bleeding. Oh, God, there's one of those things in there. I don't want to deal with that thing. Is there even anything in there? Whatever, let's do it. I'm gonna get it back. Immediately. Got him immediately. Oh, great, we got great magic. Am I fun? Okay. Old Soulsborne outfit. Let's go. Okay. What kind of conversation topics I have. So much has happened in the last, like, week and a half or something, you know? Left. But also, like, I don't know, there's the fun of just getting lost in Dark Souls 3 and being kind of quiet for a little bit. So, you know. That would make this so much easier. Do I even need to go back up? Oh, well, there goes all my health. That sucks. I wasn't even thinking about it. That was not smart. I was like, I don't need to worry about my health. I was thinking it was like, got in the mist that... I love having health. It's so awesome. I guess I can yap about Monster Hunter a little bit. The new update's really awesome. Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter just came out this week. I've been having a lot of fun playing them. We've gone through so many hills and we're not even partway through this area yet. Is it the same screen they used for Wolf and Claws? It sounds very similar. What's the plan here, chat? The plan is quite helpful, though. That's for sure. But the new update's really awesome. They added, they finally brought back Lagiacrus after a long time. And I had only recently even fought Lagiacrus. I fought Lagiacrus a little bit in Generations Ultimate. He's not that interesting in GU, but the new Lagiacrus is really cool. Visually stunning. I think it's one of the, at least in Wild, the best mixes of style and substance in that game. I think that it's a very cinematic fight with like the water stuff and the crazy visual effects on the lightning effects and everything. but the fight is also like not annoying or not like too streamlined or too easy. I think that I think the Legaicus is maybe like the perfect monster right now in Wilds. I think he's like just challenging enough without it feeling a little obnoxious. Oh, these Tour, you are horrific. I don't know if he's friendly. I sort of killed him because I was scared. Which is maybe not the smartest decision. But the Legaicus is really sick. The new Legaicus weapons are really cool in the way they like let you max out Thunder. And they're like almost at the point where like they're sort of making element viable for at least thunder damage on some weapons that otherwise were not really element focused at all, which is cool. And then Regios is awesome. Regios is like my personal Monster Hunter demon. There's the Jailbreaker key. Don't know what that's for, but it's a good thing we have it. He was my huge wall in Generations Ultimate with Regios. It caused me to switch from Sword and Shield in that game to Switch Axe, which is my favorite weapon so far in that game that I've played. Although I've not played as much GU as I've played so many other games. There's too many games for us. I'm so slow! I can't R1! No! I forget they slow you. I think. I don't remember that. But I'm not too close to the mic. I'm a little closer to the mic than I normally am. So I'm not too loud and obnoxious. You know, more than normal. But the new update's really sick. They added layered weapons, which has been like my favorite thing because now there's like actually stuff that I stuff I actually care to grind for. Like I've been farming. I finished farming all of the hunting horns, so now I have all the hunting horns available for fashion, which is awesome. And then I'm working on. I've been so far like, in Wilds. I love hunting horns. Hunting horn is so much fun. But I've been trying to find another weapon that really clicks with me in Wilds, because I don't know. I have this issue at every Monster Hunter game, where you know I'm unfortunately not the kind of person who can just be like a one-weapon Andy every game. I'm not like the kind of guy who can be a one-weapon Andy in every Monster Hunter game. Unfortunately, because it makes my life more difficult with the fact that the way that I am. Whereas, like, I feel like in every game I sort of like Sword and Shield. Like, I kind of like it. I don't, like, adore it, but it's fun. And then I've been trying to find another weapon to like. Every time I play a new Monster Hunter game, I have to, you know, figure out what weapon I'm going to play. And I've been trying to learn another weapon other than Hunting Horn, because Hunting Horn is fun, but only playing Hunting Horn gets a little tired, and there's some matchups where Hunting Horn feels like really annoying to use. And so I wanted some weapons that were not Hunting Horn to play. Oh! Shoutouts to Vort's Great Hammer for making it so that I couldn't see shit. Error, YouTube is not responding. Can I not have a single functioning stream, man? Is that so much? Can I see this, what it's supposed to look like, YouTube? It looks fine. Why does it keep lying? Why does it keep showing me errors when nothing is wrong, I think? As far as I can tell, nothing's wrong anyway. Okay, let's try that again. Anyways, back to the Monster Hunter job. So I've been trying to find another weapon for a while, because I don't want to just play Hunting Horn, as fun as Hunting Horn is in that game. And so I've been messing with other weapons. I was messing around with greatsword for a little while, and greatsword's cool, but it's just not my kind of thing. You know, I was messing around with switch axe because I like it so much, but I don't like the way that modern switch axe is so much of like a super spam weapon, where you're just sort of like, almost like charge blade. It's sort of why I don't like charge blade very much, and just like the building up the meter and then jumping. I'm not like interested in just spamming the slash. The reason why I ended up liking Swax was it's like normal moves and stuff, and like the moment to moment of like, okay, I need to switch back from a mobility, and obviously, you know, Wild Swax has a lot of that. Like there's a lot of like with the counter and stuff, Swax has a lot of that. It's just not the optimal style. And like, sure, I could just go like, okay, well, who cares if it's optimal? Just like play what's fun, like to hell with what's optimal. I'm like, oh, I dodged that. I pressed circle. I swear, I pressed the circle button. I can't hit them. But too slow. There goes all my souls. That fucking sucks. God, this area is so bad. This area sucks, man. Okay. Oh god, we're like dropping a lot. Our bitrate is like really sporadic, which is probably on the account of I'm not the only person here, and so, you know, when people are doing stuff in the other room, it's part of the problem, but it's all upload, so you think that would be the problem? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know what the mist does other than spook me a little bit. But I think I found another weapon. Bow. Bow is really cool in Wilds. I can see him in there. All that for a simple gem. That wasn't worth dying for. What a bummer. But I've been learning bow. Is the long sword throw. So now that I've finished getting all the hunting horns, learning bow is a lot of fun. The weapon's really cool in Wilds. I like a lot of the new stuff that it has. It's like the only other weapon that isn't Horn, because like so many of the weapons, I don't know, because Horn is like, you gotta manage stuff, but it's not like traditional. I feel like someone's gonna jump out. I don't really care about the lizard's not gonna give me something that's worth it. It's gonna be like something that's worth it. Is this guy even protecting anything? Why bother doing this? No reason for that. There's no reason to do that. Okay, we're here, which is great. Homeward bone. The only thing is I don't remember when we get the bonfire. Oh, good. Okay, I'm supposed to be able to back, and then I just did this. Aggro. Okay. But like so many, like, 'cause like for example, another weapon that I think has a lot of really cool stuff that you have to like manage. That's why I like Horn and Wild so much, is like the managing modes, and when to spend them and everything is super fun. And like there's other weapons that do that, like Swax and Charge Blade. The Swax and Charge Blade, I don't know, Charge Blade, I mean, Charge Blade is less like this in Wilds because Savage Axe is so good. I just feel like I keep trying to force myself to like Switch Axe, and then I never, or not Switch Axe, Charge Blade, and every time I'm continually unimpressed by it, and it just feels like it's not as fun. Although, with the new title update, they brought back, and by brought back, I mean, they were still in Wild stuff. They massively buffed, Charge Blade's guard modes, which is like, from a little bit of Charge Blade I've played in Lies. Was the most fun thing about Charge Blade was the guard modes. In Wilds, they were completely useless because they were just worse than perfect blocking. But in the new title update, they made it so that guard points count as perfect, which is such an awesome change. I might actually want to go back to Charge Blade now. I'll need to give it another shot, but I feel like I keep convincing myself that I need to give Charge Blade another shot again, and then I'm like, well, you know what? Next time I'll like Charge Blade, and then the next time comes around and I don't like Charge Blade. I'm pretty sure you can like drop down in that area. There's like basilisks and rats and like a big giant, right? Isn't that what this area is? Yeah, there's the giant, and there's rats down there, and there's a basilisk in the corner with a bunch of mimics, right? I could have sworn there was a mod. There's got to be a shortcut or something we missed. Hold on, let's back it up a second, because I feel like I'm gonna die. Anyways, moral of the story is, I like Bow. Bow feels similarly fun to Hunting Horn. Not quite as fun as Hunting Horn, but Wild's Hunting Horn is like the perfect monster hunter weapon. Also, Wild's Hunting Horn got buffed again, which, huge W. Now we're inching closer and closer to being on par balance-wise with the rest of the weapons. You know, I'm not seeing a bonfire anywhere, or a shortcut or anything. Maybe there just isn't one. I genuinely cannot remember. Alright. I know one of these drop downs gets you to something. Yeah, nice try. I'm not doing that. You bastard. Who, me? Yeah, there's the rats back there. I mean, we've established previously that we can kill these giants pretty easily. But I don't want to attack him up there and then have to deal with him the whole time. Pickaxe, let's go! Mining away. There are basilisks here, aren't there? Or is it just rats? I could have sworn there were basilisks. Basilisks are kind of scary, in the sense that they can insta-kill you. There's some giant rats. Oh, this card is destroyed by battle. It's to the graveyard. You could special summon. Okay, you know. Summon an earth bomb. I think it's earth bomb. Right, and then there's this whole area down here with a bunch of those guys. Let's not go there yet. Also, doesn't this area, I think this area has the spot where you use the emote to go to where the Ancient Wyvern and Nameless King are? I don't know where you get the emote. Where are these damn basilisks? Don't they like drop in on the chests, and then you try to hit the basilisks, and then you activate the mimic. Isn't that the whole gimmick here? Am I just like hallucinating? Mimics? Or not mimics. Am I just hallucinating basilisks in this area? Well, well, this one's real. That one's a mimic for sure. I know that one's a mimic. Old cell. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's like behind the boss. Now we're fighting this mimic. Nope, there they are. I remember correctly. That is a shit ton of assets. So that's the mimic. He just grabbed me. I did not realize he was being grabbed. Okay, this is bad. Let's put it. Let's say it like it is. This is bad. That was supposed to be a running attack, and then I did not start sprinting. As was that. I'm walking into the death bug. Where do I go? There's nothing but death bug. Okay, let's come back up this way, which maybe is not the smartest direction to go. Oh, I should up that freaking wall, man. Screw you. Screw you. Come on. Death flight. I think that's all the basilisks dead. So where did the mimic go? Oh, right there. I just Goomba stopped him. For the dark clutch ring, are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? Okay, you get the idea. I don't gotta repeat myself. Any bonfires? Any bonfire fans in the chat? Yeah, this is where you use the emote. I think we have it, do we? No, it's like the meditation thing, right? Yeah, we don't have it. I think. Unless it's... No, it's not collapse. Yeah, we don't have it. We have to do what this guy's doing. I don't remember where you get it, though. There's gotta be a shortcut somewhere. I'm supposed to remember where it is, right? Maybe it's at the top of this elevator. Shortcut fan. Any bonfire heads? I think that is a shortcut. Where is this relative to everything else? Okay, I understand where we are. I suppose that's a shortcut of some sort, yeah. Dungeon really is one of the areas of all time. Because I don't really want to deal with the congregation over there. Insert Dark Souls 2 reference! Right. By which, of course, I mean, like, it's not that dark, but, like, it's dark to the point where it's a little bit. I don't know how quickly these guys aggro if I step out. I just, like, come in here. Titanite scales. We need those. Huge. Huge. We need them to make go way back. Which is why I killed him, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Xanthus Ashes, that's the thing we can take back to him. Are you ready to listen carefully? Oh, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. Oh, does that like aggro all of the... Oh, that's bad. We call this not good. Let's just go. Let's just go. How does going sound? How does let's not deal with that sound? Everybody else. Isn't there like a gargoyle or something on this bridge? I hope those guys are not still aggro to me. I don't see any coming down the stairs, so I think we're fine. Big sips. There's like a... Yeah, isn't it... Is it that guy right there? Or is that not even a guy? Is that just a rock? The profaned capital. There's this guy. I don't... Just like, let's get the bonfire, yeah? There's some... Isn't the bonfire over here somewhere? Is it up here at the top of this ladder? I'll be 100% with you. I don't quite remember where that bonfire in the profaned capital is, but I think it's up here. Oh, sweet bonfire. Holy shit. Oh. Bonfire. What a beautiful day. Ugh. The dungeon is over. Okay. You love to see it. Which means we are on the way to Norm. Let's go back to Firelink. Estus shard and an undead bone shard, so we can upgrade our Estus in both directions. I don't think we have enough to level.
Well, very well. Then taken.
No, we need
Very
a
well.
tiny little baby more.
Then taken.
Have great iron.
So we have a bunch of ashes.
Great iron.
Selling anything cool? She's selling Smo's armor. And the Exile armor. And the Xanthus armor. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's more expensive. I read that as 1,000 because I'm stupid.
Ashen one.
I want to see something that is kind of a cool look. I don't know if you have like a helmet that could go with it though. Since there's not a helmet on the set. For now, let's just go back to our... Where is the... Where's over here?
That just wasn't it. Pretty like that. Just what?
Upgrade our weapon? I don't think so. Let's check. No, we need one more. We could upgrade this Smonian a little bit more. Use that
Pretty
instead.
be careful.
Although it's even worse for being able to see anything that's going on. Let's just make sure we don't have a second one. Okay. Perfect. Back to the Profane Capital we go. If I remember correctly, the Profane Capital is a pretty short area. I don't really remember where you go. You go like in here, don't you? Like in this big old area? And then you gotta like knock over the fire or something, and then that opens Norm's boss room, I think. Professional rememberer of where to go in Dark Souls 3, in case you didn't know. In case that wasn't made obvious by now. Okay, not nice. Next one is... Alright, let's fight you, Gargoyle. We gotta come over here where there's not feels. I don't know. I mean, they're minding their own business. There's a thing coming at us. He gave up like that. So out of it right now. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, there's the boss room. How do we? Don't we like get rid of the fire or something? Or exactly what this works? Are these guys real? Can't walk onto them, so I'm guessing no. They're real, just like Dark Souls 3 is. Look at the title of the stream and then hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, dude, 2 rusted coins. Let's go, man. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Back to talking about Monster Hunter a little bit. I'm really interested. Obviously, I know I'm pretty good at hunting horn, and I've recently been learning bow. I'm also extraordinarily interested in learning hammer, because hammer just got like. I would almost describe it as getting reworked. It just got. And I really liked hammer in. My main weapon was hammer. I played it in a while because I didn't really like the new combo thing, the new like big heavy charge attack. It's really strange. Like, my least favorite part about hammer power charge mode, which I thought was annoying to have to like constantly activate. This is a nice. We just got two new counters. I guess you like 2 offsets on the upswings, like the level 2 charge and then the level 1 mighty charge. And then they on top of that, they added a new follow-up to the offset, which this won't get up offset follow-up. You have to like every other weapon. I was watching footage of Sergio's Greatsword. The Greatsword player is just like spamming the offset and countering everything Sergio's has to do, which is really cool. Like, I'm not saying that that's not cool, but when you're a hunting horn player. And your offset is, I mean, my offset is also very good against Regios, and I use it a lot against Regios, but, like, Greatsword just gets to do it. Every time I offset Regios, I have to then find somehow an opening to queue up offset melody again. Rusty gold coin! And then, like, even when I do have to spend all that time queuing up the song, I don't even get a follow-up off of it, or like a guaranteed recital or something. Meanwhile, Greatsword gets a free true charge slash. It's just not fair, is what I'm saying. And I'm glad that Hammer got that change, because Hammer needed it for sure. I just think it would be cool if the other blunt weapon also got that change, and it wasn't just hammer. I would like it if hunting horn offset was better. But the new hammer looks really cool. And I already like hammer. I liked it a lot in World. I played it a tiny bit in Rise. I wasn't the biggest fan of the way they changed it in Rise. I'm just gonna homeward. Where the hell are homeward boats? There. I wanted to go back to the shrine, and then I went down because I was thinking of Liza P, and then the middle one in Liza P is the hotel. It's reversed. That's what I get for playing so much Liza P. I haven't tried to perfect block anything like Liza P yet, though, so that's pretty good. And I haven't tried to dodge using the Monster Hunter dodge button like I was during the Liza P stream. So, things are looking up.
Well, very well then.
What the heck were we leveling last time we were here?
Let these souls with
I have no idea.
manifestation.
I have absolutely no idea. I guess this is at 29. I'm guessing we were leveling endurance to get more stam.
Retreating. Farewell,
We
Ashen
need to pull
Maiden.
up the soft caps and stuff again at some point. Okay, this time we're gonna try and bum rush. I guess we've missed out on the Siegward stuff. Wait, there's like a whole other part of the Profane Capital. Should we do that before we go to Siegward? Or before we go to Yorm? There's like the whole area where you like fight there's like mages and stuff, and that's where you find Siegward, right? Obviously, I think we missed a step somewhere on Siegward's quest, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do that this playthrough, unfortunately. There's like a whole other part of the Profane Capital that's not where Yorm is, right? If I remember correctly. Let's see if we can explore that a little bit before we rush to Yorm, in case there's like something useful, like another Titanite scale or something. Now that Hammer has 2 new offsets and gets rewarded way more for offsets, it has this like really cool playstyle. I'm waiting for somebody who's like good at Hammer to like get used to the new stuff and then make a video about it so that I can learn from it. I fell for the oldest trick in the book. I fell for the oldest trick in the book. The oldest damn trick in the book. Well, now we're poisoned. Into the poison. Okay, well, this is a situation. Let's try to get ourselves on the, like, that's not in the middle of the swamp. Anyways, this big building was the thing I remember. Mage guys here right there. This isn't it. Wakey wakey. What's this creature? I do not remember this enemy at all. This is such an elven creature. Of like the hand stuff. Finger creature final boss. It's like Golden Hippo. The guy who's only played Elden Ring plays his second ever video game. Like a Golden Hippo. The Court Sorcerer outfit. My days. Listen, they were like, you know, we didn't put any mimics in Dark Souls 2. We should make up for that. And then sort of doing this everything. The Court Sorcerer's staff. Oh my. Rubbish. Oh my. Yeah, I think that I think this is where Siegward is normal. Maybe? He's in like a cage up here somewhere, right? If you've done his quest correctly. I I don't know how to do his quest correctly. Because last time I played this game, I went out of my way to try and do his quest correctly, and then it still went wrong somehow. This is gonna be bad. Let's see backstab. Ow. Logan Scroll. It's a Dark Souls 1 reference. Dark Souls 1. Holy shit. Holy shit. Chad, it's Dark Souls 1. Damn, we are still poisoned. Let us be thankful that it's not Dark Souls 2 poison. For the amount of damage that it does in that game. Wrath of the Gods. I don't know if that's a good spell in this game. It's good in, I know it's like really, isn't that spell like really good in Demon Souls, I think? And pretty good in Dark Souls 1. I have no clue if it's good in Dark Souls 3 though. But the new Hammer stuff looks really, really sick. And I do like Hammer, or at least I liked Hammer in World. What are you doing? They're gonna try attacking. Holy cannoli! That's the hiatus. Oh, we're still poisoned, and our health is gonna get like brought down to 2, and everyone's gonna die. We're back here again, where the giant is. I guess we never went down to the bottom of this area. We could try going down there. Jailer's key. I don't know what any of these keys we're picking up give us access to, is the issue. You understand. Oh my god. Stop it, stop it. Stop it, rat. Stop it? These evil rats? Can't see anything? Rats, man, not the freaking rats. Can't see anything. It's too scary. It's gonna happen. Oh, dude, the rats, bro. Come on. Come on. Rats, bro. The rats. The filthy rats, dude. That sucks. I want to know what's down there, though. I don't think we need anything that's down there, but I want to, now I want to know. Alright, let's go back. Is it worth it? Probably not. But I'm having fun, so like, who cares? You know? There's also been like a bunch of gacha games released. They all released on the same day too, didn't they? Like what is it? Musume? I don't know how to freaking say it. My apologies. I'm a fake horse race fan, I guess. Which I've been hearing is really good. The horse racing one. These days I try not to play gacha games on principle, so I'm probably not gonna check it out. But I've heard it's quite good. I've been following Northernlion getting into it, which is hilarious and really funny to me, seeing him of all people get into the horse racing game. But I've heard it's quite good. There's also been the stuff with the Persona 5X, which has come out also, which, weird as it is to say, being the huge Persona fan that I am less interested in trying than the horse racing game. Because, like, I don't know, why would I want to play a... I just have, like, this negative interest in playing a gacha version of a game that I like. Because, like, if I wanted to play Persona, I would just play it, you know? Like, I just play Persona. Why would I want to play a version of the game where my favorite characters are locked behind credit card swiping and good luck? It just sounds like not fun to me. Which is a shame, because like I think some of the designs and stuff of some of the new characters do look kind of cool. And I'd love to be in on the Subway Slammer meme. But I have like no interest in it. But I have a negative history with gotcha games in the past, so I've played what have I played? I played too much Honkai Star Rail. I've played a lot of Honkai Star Rail. The only reason I even started playing Honkai Star Rail was because the main character, like the player avatar, had white hair, and that was enough to play Honkai Star Rail. And I played that game for a while, and I had fun with it, but I just got to the point where it was like not fun free to play, and even less fun paying, so I just like stopped playing. I was so unlucky, and I missed the and it's a waste of time to like mine comics and stuff. It's like trying to get characters to actually spending, and then if you're not spending, it's an even bigger waste of time. You like grind extra hard for extra stuff, and then you get bad luck anyway. It's not And then I played a little bit of, what is it called? It's the tower defense one. With the bunny girl. Is the name. Arknights. It's called Arknights. And I had fun with Arknights. I never spent any money on it. I stopped having fun with it before I got to the point where I would even be interested in spending any money on it. I think that game was cool, and I liked the tower defense stuff, and then it got to the point where I had to grind more than I had to play the levels just to be able to play more levels, and I was like, well, why would I want to do this? Why would I want to spend like days on days on days auto battle farming stuff just to get access to more experience so that I can actually play more levels? And like if I really wanted the tower defense experience, I could just like go play, you know, like balloons instead. Ah, what a useful shortcut. That would have been nice at some point, I'm sure. Not now, but, you know, it could have been nice at some point. Do I mess with any other gotcha games other than those? I guess I played like 5 minutes of Genshin Impact before I decided that I wasn't going to have fun with it. Was that on another Mimic? Where is Mimic City? You gonna give me a title scale? 10 arrows. Put that into perspective. 10 arrows. All that for 10 freaking arrows. Can you believe that shit? Alright, well I guess we're going back to the bonfire. And then we'll go to Yorm. We didn't really get anything out of that, but you know, it was a fun diversion. Switch out a little bit. Okay. That was a fat finger. Just picking my controller back up and I just pushed it. Okay. Also, I think it was like last night or something, or sometime recently, they announced the production team for the Soulsborne anime. Chat, we've never been so back It's actually crazy. It's the entirety of the Golden Wind team, the director, like all the people, I mean, all the mainstays. There's some people who've been on everything. We got Yugo Kano back on the soundtrack, which is great news. The same sound designer as all the other parts. We got Part 5's director, some of the other people in Part 5 and the other parts are back. And while Part 5 is not my favorite, and I'm in conversation for my least favorite part, the anime, the production on the anime for Part 5 is like next level. It's otherworldly good. Can we get a cutscene from Ron the Giant? No, of course not. There's no cutscenes in this game. Sadness. Alright, now we do have to do the whole thing when we go to the back of the arena to get the sword. Okay. Might also be worth, we can allocate flasks here, right? We have to go back to Andre? Okay. Might be worth allocating a little bit of blue flasks, just a bit of margin of error, just because I don't quite remember exactly how much you have to hit him with the weapon or where do I, oh, like this. Item info. Assume stance most effective in facing giants. I didn't know if the description would tell me a little bit more about how it works. I think you just have to charge it first.
Pretty be careful.
Pretty be careful. Me when I pretty be careful. Back to the profane capital we go. Do I have any notifications on my phone? No. Sickness. It's been an hour? That's crazy. I thought this section was gonna go a lot faster with the Irithyll dungeon, but I suppose it is like the most nightmarish area in Dark Souls 3, so. No, I am not planning to forego the use of Storm Ruler. I just forgot how Storm Ruler works, and then I was out of mana. Nice fall damage. Alright, let's see here. So Oh, shit. Okay, I know what the problem is. Ah, I did not realize that this was unmuted. That would be why the audio is so loud. That's a bummer. Because the audio that I thought I was using, I think was fine. Oops. I forgot that I reset the... Okay. I think I fixed the audio. Yeah. That's a bummer. That probably means that the entire stream has been like that, but it's okay. I'm not that worried about it. I think it should be fixed now. Last stream I had to do a bunch of shit where I was resetting the video capture, and I think that, yeah, that fucked up the way that it was set up in OBS, and so I had two audio streams, and one of them was at 100% volume. And now my thing is telling me that my computer is about to restart for a Windows update in 4 minutes, so let me see if I can delay that. It's just every stream something has to go wrong, I guess. Oh well. Yeah, can I schedule this for, like, yeah, tomorrow at 3 a.m. That's a great time for it. Rather than at 1:15. Mic sounds much better? Yeah, okay. I guess that also probably means that the Plat 50 stream was like this too. But that's fine. Not a huge deal. Okay. I think while we could, let's the issue is I don't know how to get. There's a bonfire in Vort's room, right? Is that correct? Because I don't really want to go straight to Dancer without leveling up first and healing our Estus and everything. Yeah, there's a bonfire in Vort's room. Okay, now it's really loud in my ears because I turned it up in my ears because I thought it was wrong. The other thing is that yeah, Windows and OBS up there's always something, that's for sure. That's for sure. Because I couldn't hear the loud one, I could hear my normal one, and so I turned the normal one down. Anyways, it's fixed now. I'm also gonna turn the not normal one down in case it ever unmutes itself on accident somehow. Okay.
Well, very then taken.
We've had worse tech issues on stream, so it's okay. I don't know what I'm leveling anymore. I don't really feel like our damage is the problem at the moment. I guess we just like keep leveling vigor and endurance for now. That's fine. I'm not really that worried about it. Dark Souls 3 is an easy game. Also, let's remember to take Storm Ruler off because I 1000% would have forgot if I didn't do it right there. Okay. Dancer time. Oh, wait, no, before Dancer time. Hold on. Forgetting there's like the whole thing that we do in these Dark Souls streams. Is this a first playthrough? No, this is my third time playing Dark Souls 3. I played it for the first time in 2020, I think? I can't remember. And then I played it again in 22. But I haven't played it since then, or really thought about it since then. Although there are, I've never fought Midir. I've never done Midir before. Because both times I've played Dark Souls 3 before, by the time I got far enough to the point where I wanted to fight Midir, where I could have fought Midir, I was so sick of playing Dark Souls 3. Because that last stretch of the second DLC, that big swamp area with like the giants that summon all the archer guys, I always find really obnoxious. But also, like, I have grown since then, and if I can get all the way through Dark Souls 2 and fight every boss, then I can fight Midir this time. Anyways, the whole thing that we do is we put the bosses on a tier list. Now I almost forgot to rank Yorm. Let's see. Yorm the Giant. Where is he? Here he is. Okay, let's bring him up to the middle. I don't know. Yorm is fine. I think that Yorm would be better if he wasn't a gimmick boss. Like, if you actually had to learn Yorm's moveset, because I think his moveset seems like it's fun. But he's just kind of whatever. I don't know. I don't dislike Yorm. I don't think that I would rather fight Yorm than Aldrich, so I don't really want to put him down here. I think that average is fine. He's a fine fight. He's a fine gimmick boss. They managed to do what Yorm does better in Elden Ring with, where is he? He's somewhere down here. Rykard is somewhere down here. So I think Yorm sitting in average is fine. You've only recently started playing again for the past 6 months or so. You've been working on hitless boss fights. Now it's DST's turn. Hell yeah, man. I am not good enough to hitless boss. Capra Demon's boss arena is trash. That's how he ended up down... Where is Capra? That's how he ended up down here. It's the same reason why I hate Nito. Because every time you go into Nito's boss room, you have to take fall damage. And it's so stupid. Anyways. But Nito's not the worst boss. Anything is better than this thing. Anything is better than this. Never again. If I ever play Dark Souls 2 again, I am not fighting that boss again. But basically, we're just sort of... I wanted to replay... Because back before... I guess it's sort of funny now. The idea was... Because when they announced Night Rain, they teased that they were bringing back Dark Souls bosses. And so the idea was that I was going to play all the games again prior to Night Rain coming out. And then we only managed to finish Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and most of Dark Souls 2, I think. Ended up using the Fog Ring for Capra Demon hitless. Yeah, that sounds like an absolute nightmare, trying to hitless Capra Demon. But I'm not good enough to hitless any of the bosses in these games, so...
Tell him what he must be, a law.
Okay. Alright, time for a good boss? There we go. I was like, cutscene? Question mark? So, you know, we're slowly working through the Souls games now. I'm taking it at my own pace instead of trying to rush to the end of Night Rain. And it's sort of funny in hindsight that, like, I was like, oh, I have to play through all the Souls games so that I remember all the bosses for Night Rain, and then there's 6 of them. This is one of them. This is one of them. Yeah, the Dark Souls bosses in Night Rain are a lot of fun. Like, for example, they made Dancer harder, I think. Because I mean, this is the part where I get humbled. In both of my previous playthroughs of Dark Souls 3, I have not found Dancer that hard. And then I've been surprised by the fact that people say that she's really, really hard. Which is, I mean, I'm saying that in before we get completely destroyed by Dancer in this playthrough, and I look like a fool. Like that. Okay, it's fine. I don't really care. We haven't struggled with anything in Dark Souls 3 so far, and if fighting Dancer a little bit longer is what we have to do, then, like, I'm totally fine with that, because this boss is awesome. God, and the music in this fight is so good. I also have no idea if she's immune to frostbite. Wow, I managed to mess up the crap twice. Maybe I should roll the other way. Instead of rolling into her arm, I should roll, like, the other side of her body. A la, like, Cleric Beast. Okay. I don't even remember. Oh, this is her getting the sword. Oh, and then she's gonna do the spins. So, like, for example, in Night Rain, that move has, like, 7 times as much tracking. And dodging it is way more difficult. At least for me, anyway. Although Dancer has, like, 2 health in Night Rain. She takes so much damage. Not that she has a ton of health in this game either, but, like, no bosses in this game have a ton of health until you get to, like, Midir. Or, like, Gale. We're almost out of flasks, which is not great. This will maybe take a couple tries, unless I lock in, but I don't think that's gonna happen here. Does that cause her to do the spins again? No. Okay. I thought it might. I should not go for that R1. That was a really stupid R1. Okay, never mind. First try. Dancer is easy. Only costs Nameless King, Dukester, Freya, Smelter, Centipede, and Gaping Dragon. This is the only other one that's in Night Rain. You've seen 5 of 6. I guess spoiler alert, sorry. There's 2 from each game. I think my favorite addition in Night Rain is Smelter Demon. Which is weird because he's like my 3rd or 4th favorite of the bosses that they added to the game, but I really like Smelter Demon in Night Rain. I love the way that they like combined... Yeah, sucks trying it at SL1. Yeah, I imagine that Pontiff and Dancer are a lot worse at SL1. Although I do like those bosses. I think that if there's going to be any bosses that are hard, at least it's the fun one. At least you're not stuck on, like, I don't know, Aldrich. Like, I imagine Aldrich is a real pain. Because, like, at least Pontiff and Dancer have, like, cool moves and stuff. Whereas Aldrich is just, like, arrow spam. Okay, let me go back to the tier list. And let's put Dancer on there. I'm a little sad that we first tried Dancer because I wanted to fight her for longer, but that's been the curse of this entire playthrough so far. I'm just going to go ahead and put Dancer in Amazing. I don't think she's quite... I don't like her more than Pontiff, so I'm not willing to put her in Holy Peak, although I do think she's very good. I love that her music is so weird and different. I know there's a video from, God, like years ago now, about how all the other bosses in Dark Souls 3, their boss themes are all very similar in the sense that they have like very clear beat to them, and a lot of the bosses move at that same beat, whereas Dancer, the beat, to try and follow the beat in Dancer's theme is incredibly difficult because it's like it's a really weird and very hard to hear where the beat is in that song. And so Dancer also has like really weird moves. She moves weird and she has like strange attacks and attack patterns compared to the other bosses in this game. I quite like her. I think she's well designed. I think she looks cool. I like the changes they made to her in Night Rain to make her big spin attack actually challenging. What a nice boss. Alright. I wish we got to fight her more than one time, but that's Dark Souls 3 for you, I guess. When you're not on level 1. Or on like a build that does no damage. Not that our build is like a ton of damage, but strength goes burr, I guess.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Okay. Now the other thing, I don't remember how quickly we get to Oseros after Dancer. And then Champion Gundyr after that. Okay. More cutscenes. Let's go. We also do Demon Souls? Yeah, we did Demon Souls. Demon Souls was the first one that we did. We started with Demon Souls, we did Dark Souls Remastered, and then we did Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which was my first time playing Dark Souls 2. And then originally we were going to do Bloodborne, because we were going to do them in order, because Bloodborne came out before Dark Souls 3. But I really have been wanting to play Expedition 33. And so I've decided that I want to finish Dark Souls 3 first, to finish out the Dark Souls trilogy, and then we were going to play Expedition 33 and then come back for Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring later, at a later time. And then we've spent 3 weeks on Dark Souls 3 because I keep taking week-long breaks every time we play this game because I've been so busy over the last month or some change. And like, I could just play Expedition 33 off stream, but I've already committed to the idea that I'm going to play it on stream because my friend wants to see my reactions to some of the plot and stuff, and so I'm... At this point, I've waited too long to not play it on stream, so that's just sort of where I'm at. But yeah, we did Demon Souls. Demon Souls is alright. It's probably my least favorite game in the series. But it's not bad. It has some weak bosses, though, for the most part. The areas are quite tough in Demon Souls, though. But I like it. It's alright. It has Tower Knight. I like Tower Knight. Even if he's not the highest rated boss in the Demon Souls. But he's the first one that, when I think of a Demon Souls boss, he's what comes to my mind. Alright, we could drop down on that thing there. Okay, yeah, let's do that instead of ending in poison. The Consumed King's Garden. I believe this is where Oseros is. I can't remember... Oh, nice. That's a shirt. Huge. I can't remember if this also is where you go to get to Lothric Castle, or if this is just Oseros, but... Demon Souls is the one I'm working on hitless. Haven't tried in a couple months due to playing other games. Demons... That sounds tough. The Demon Souls areas are so rough. I imagine some of the bosses wouldn't be too bad to hitless, since a lot of the Demon Souls bosses are kind of like gimmick fights, where you sort of have to know like the gimmick to them, and then they become quite easy. But consider, at least in my conception of how difficult Demon Souls is, I would imagine that the bosses are the easier part of the hit list for that game than the areas. Although that might just be true for every Souls game, because I feel like a lot of the time the areas are the hard part to get through. Oh, holy shit, we got the Great Mace. That's actually huge. We may switch to that instead of Vort's Great Hammer, but let's not worry about it right now. Where is it? Because that's one of the better Great Hammers, but you can only get it as a random drop from those enemies. Yeah, I would imagine it's the mobs that cause problems. The mobs in Demon Souls are nightmarish. Where do I go? Okay, I guess we'll figure it out. Just gotta remember how... Oh, a little slug man. Hello, slug friend. But from what I remember, the Great Mace is very, very strong. I really don't want to fight this guy, but I've already committed to attacking him, and so now we're here. But like areas like the swamp on the way to the leech like the whole swamp area, the poison swamp area in that game, I imagine that sounds like a nightmare. Ow. Already did all boss fights hitless at SL1 through Indian +7. Not successful yet for a full run hitless start to finish. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds tough. I certainly am not good enough to do something like that. Alright, back this way we go. I'm thinking of, like, I forget what the area is. It's like the Swamp of Sorrow or whatever it's called. That, I'm imagining that area sounds like it would be unfathomably bad for a hitless run. But maybe you can just, like, go through the swamp without where any of the enemies are and just, like, tank the poison damage, since I imagine that doesn't count for hitless, because I know in, like the Elden Ring hitless stuff, that doesn't count. It's not no damage, it's no hits, which is different. But when there's, like, the little urchin guys in the swamp, then it's not as fun as leveling normally and stomping these enemies. That's fair. I know some people really like the Soul Level 1 experience, at least for the boss fights, because it forces you to like really truly learn the bosses and stuff, and not being able to just like face tank and ignore them like we did kind of with Yorm and with Dancer. But I've never really messed with it myself. But I can see the appeal. I mean, I've been playing, I've been learning Bow and Monster Hunter, and Bow takes like 30% more damage or something like that, because it's a ranged weapon instead of a melee weapon. Is this where we normally... Is this the normal elevator and I'm just going back up because I'm a fool? I'm not sure. And I've been fighting 5-star Tempered Seregios, who is a little bastard. And some of his attacks that, like, normally are not a big deal when I'm playing Hunting Horn one-shot me on Bow, and so I'm having to, like, actually, like, really, really learn how to fight Seregios, otherwise I just keep getting one-shot. And it's fun to learn a fight that well, so... Let's go! Titanite Scales, huge! Absolutely, but it's also fun to overpower everything. That is true. That is true. You went in a circle here? Maybe. But we haven't been to this area, and we got Titanite shards out of it. Or Titanite Scales, which we needed to upgrade our weapons, so I'm not too upset about it. I don't know, when I play these games on stream, I just sort of get lost in them. This happened a lot with Dark Souls 1, where I would just kind of like... There's moments in Dark Souls 1 streams where I would just go like quiet for like 5 minutes. I was just like taking it in. I don't know. There's something relaxing a little bit about the Souls games for me these days. Oh, nice. We got a shortcut. Sick. Sick nasty. Alright. Also, I should switch my Estus back. We don't need the... We didn't even need the extra blue for Yorm. But, you know. Now we really don't need the extra blue. Because we're not using it at all. I forget which side had the drop-off. It was right there. You can try it. We can go back up and try landing on it. See what's up there. Maybe there's other useful items. I'm also reminded that we have an Estus shard that we haven't used. That we picked up. What is over here? Dragon Scale Ring. What does that do? Reduces damage from backstabs. Well, that's not too helpful. Unless I'm getting, like, invaded, but... Our history of successfully winning invasions in Dark Souls 3 has been bad, so... You know, I'm not expecting too much from that. I'm greeting way too hard here, but I'm gonna kill him. So it's okay. These guys kind of remind me of the guys from the like, Drang Lake Knight guys from Dark Souls 2. A little bit. I don't know if they're really anything like them, but they kind of remind me of them. Oh, I can hear Osiris crying. I'm dead, though? Yeah, Osiris is up here. Yeah, there's the Fogwell back there. Probably should just run past this knight guy instead of fighting him, but... Oh, well, that makes the run back pretty quick and easy. Let's quickly do the thing that I said I was going to do before I immediately run away from the bonfire and forget again. And then we can go fight Osiris. I don't really remember the Osiris fight at all. Or Osiris, or Osiris. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, TBH. I don't really remember that fight very well, other than, like, he's screaming about Ocelot or whatever. So I don't really remember how, like, hard it is. But I guess we'll find out. I don't think he's that hard, if I remember correctly, compared to, like, Pontiff or Dancer. He says after beating Dancer in one try, I guess, but... Really, he's just a stepping stone to get to the cool boss that's behind him. So. Big champion gun to your head. Although that boss is pretty tough. Or at least I remember him being pretty tough. Alright, we'll just run past these guys. We also maybe should have popped some souls and upgraded our weapon, but I remembered that a little too late, so rip, I guess. We'll be fine. I'm not that worried about the damage being ever so slightly lower. And we'll just run past these guys this time. Excuse me, Dragonlight Castle guy? Oh, Saros gets a cutscene? But not Yorm or Aldrich? I think Aldrich didn't have a cutscene, if I remember correctly. It's been, like, a week and a half.
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up. For he is all that I have.
He's such a strange boss. With the invisible baby and everything and the screaming. Okay, our damage is... Oh, well that frost proc was kind of nasty.
Where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid. You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly fear? Now. Show yourself, Ocelot.
I don't really remember what this, like, fog stuff is doing. But I imagine I don't want to stand in it, so... The frost procs do mad damage to this guy. Doesn't he have, like, a charge attack that he does? Right. I forgot he even had, like, a second phase in the sense that, like, you... I guess, what, you kill the baby or something? And then he gets angry at you? Those frost procs are so juicy. My lock on? Did we just no-hit Oceros? Or am I crazy? Nor has a cutscene if Sigurd joins you. We should have done Sigurd's quest. I should have gone out of my way. Let's go! That's a cool boss. I forgot how cool that boss was. Sick, dude. Now we get access to the dark tutorial area. Also, before I forget again, let's go put Oceros on the tier list, shall we? Let's see. Oceros the Consumed King. Let's put him up here in average to start, and then we'll think about if I want to move him up or down. I like him. Do I like him enough to move him to great? I think so. I think he's on par with some of the bosses up here. I think he's not too different from, like, Pursuer or like Smelter Demon or like Penetrator or Tower Knight or like Gaping Dragon. I think that this is a nice spot for Aceros, I think. Looks like I should go hitless, yeah. Ugh. We got lucky on that one, I guess. That I
Welcomes. Very well.
played that well. Ignore the part where we use 11 Estus on Dancer. Before I level up, let me upgrade our weapon first so that we make sure we have enough to upgrade.
Just wasn't he?
Nice. Now we need 8 scales. Oh god, okay. And where's the Great Mace? There it is. Needs regular Titanite shards. You only stream on YouTube? Yeah, I only stream on YouTube. It would probably be smarter to stream on Twitch because then there would be more traction. But YouTube automatically saves the VODs as videos, which is a lot more convenient for what I need it for. So that I don't have to either transfer the VODs from Twitch to YouTube or manually download all the VODs and like record and stream at the same time. It just ends up being more convenient for my purposes, especially since the whole reason we started was to do the what is the word I'm looking for? To do the Xenoblade streams so that the VODs would be there for the other channel, which has not really been working lately, but hopefully we'll be back at some point. Okay. So let's see. This is doing 291 plus 130. This is more damage, the Great Mace, but it doesn't have the Frost. Might be worth switching to. You can dual stream. That's true. I looked a little bit at dual streaming stuff, but I got confused by some of it, and so I haven't really looked at it since. Because I know there was, yeah, use Restream. I messed around a little bit with Restream, but I thought that you had to like, I mean, maybe I'm mistaken on this, but I thought you had to like pay, like do the subscription fee or something with Restream to be able to do it both at the same time. But maybe I'm mistaken on that and I misunderstood something in the process. It's certainly something worth looking into further. If I had the time to do so. Because I know I've seen some of the the big streamers use Restream before. There's the emote that we need. You can do 2 platforms for free. Okay, I must have misunderstood something then with the thing. I'll have to look back into it at some point. You can do 2 platforms for free. That's convenient then. I thought that where is? Oh, right, there's a fog wall. But not a mimic. They had self-restraint after like 7 straight areas of mimics. Titanite scale, nice. I'll have to look back into that then. I guess maybe I was like, the way I had set it up was that it was streaming to Restream or something, and then it was messing up. I don't know. I was definitely doing something wrong because I thought that I couldn't stream to both without paying. So. Oh, okay. Let's go back to Firelink and level up because I forgot to level up. Smile. I was kind of expecting getting all the way to this area to take a little bit longer on today's stream. So maybe this stream will be shorter than I think, but we'll see. I might just keep playing after we beat Champion Gundyr. But I do have some other things I need to work on today, so I might not have time. We had enough for 2 levels there. And I just leveled once, because I wasn't thinking about it. Champion Gundyr. Oh, Champion Gundyr is such a good boss. Oh, he's so cool. I love Champion Gundyr. I get the feeling that Champion Gundyr might be the first boss that gives us like real trouble in this playthrough. He's given me trouble in the past. Especially on my blind playthrough of this game, he really kicked my ass. Yeah, you can do both. When I stream the capture card, you do Twitch and YouTube together. Never paid for anything on it. Okay, I'll have to look. I'll have to look further into it then. Thank you for the info, because I had looked at it a few months ago, back when I was earlier. I don't even know if I really even get anything out of coming over here and killing these guys, but that's the fun part of playing these games, is exploring the areas. We can boss rush. We can boss rush when we play Bloodborne, when I know everything so like the back of my hand that it's not even funny. What does that do? Ashen Estus Ring. Increases FP restored with the blue flask. Yeah, because I had 100% looked at it at Restream, and I must have I clearly misunderstood something, because I thought that you couldn't do that without paying. I was like, well, I don't want to do that shit. I'll just stream on YouTube only. So... I don't know what is it about this enemy, but this is the first time so far in this stream that I have tried to perfect block like I'm playing Lies of P. For some reason, this enemy just, like, triggered something in my brain where I was like, I need the perfect block. It's the only way. It's like I'm fighting Arlecchino. Speaking of fun bosses, that boss is so good. They cooked so hard with the Lies of P DLC. Ow. Okay. I'm guessing they're... If I remember correctly, I think there's just matching. Play plan is for the... On the left, good for 2 channels. Yeah. Oh. Hello. Oh, good. More mage. More mage fun. Just for me. I thought they might fall off the ledge there. They did not. They did! Please tell me that they fall to their death. Let's go! Nice. Okay, there's not a bonfire like right there like in the tutorial, so let's just come over to the little corner over here. I don't remember if the dark version of this also has a giant crystal lizard back here or not. I guess we're gonna find out in like 2 seconds. Only drawback of using Restream is you have channel specific commands able to toggle your chat input between channels. I don't think I have any channel specific commands, but I also don't really know how it all works. I'm pretty amateurish at all this stuff. There is another big crystal lizard. Oh, there's multiple big crystal lizards. That's a little scary. But it does mean that we get more of the resources that I need. So if we can do it without dying, which is maybe the hard part, then that's pretty good for us. The Scaleless would love this place. Okay, that's 1 down. 2 Titanite Scales. Huge. Yeah, please lock on. Thank you. Okay, stop biting me. I probably could have just run up an R1, but I'm gonna heal this to be safe about it. Okay. 2 more Titanite Scales. Nice. That gets us halfway to the 8 that we need for the next upgrade. Ugh. Ugh. Dog. It's okay. Drink some more water. Ugh, I've not been drinking enough water today, chat. Gotta stay hydrated. My Goomba stomp that guy? Probably just gonna have to like homeward or something back, because there's no world where we're beating Champion Gundyr with one Estus unless I don't do it without getting hit somehow. And I mean, I guess we did it for Osero, so it's not like it's impossible, but went ahead and dropped the sub so you can follow progress. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. Is the boss rating chart going to be viewable online at some point or stream only? To be honest, I hadn't thought about that. I don't really know where I would post it. Right now it's stream only because I would have to like save the thing and everything, and then it would get complicated with like updating it constantly. But when we're done, I'll probably I'll like find a place to post it. I could always post it on like my Twitter or something, because I might start posting some of the stream links to Twitter, especially once we bring back the Xenoblade stuff, since Xenoblade live playthroughs have been popping off on Twitter lately, and it makes me happy because I love Xenoblade, and the more people that love it, the happier I am. Yeah, let's just homeward back. We're about to get the infinite homewards anyway, so I'm not a huge issue on it. Thanks for hanging out, man. I don't usually have viewers on these streams. I have my one regular viewer who usually hangs out, but I think he's busy today. So I appreciate it, you know? Let's see here. I think we have enough to level. But putting the tier list up somewhere is a smart idea that I hadn't really considered, mostly because we're so far away from it being completed. Anyways, I'm gonna quickly, let me see here, I'm gonna quickly put us on the BRB screen, because I need to run to the restroom and refill my water. Alright, I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out. Go get a drink or something. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. It's me. Water is so wonderful, chat. Could upload a version following each game completion. That's a smart idea. That's a good idea. Alright, let's see. Off to go fight Champion Gundyr. There's also a chance that I may call it after Champion Gundyr. Which is a little shorter of a stream than I usually like doing. I usually like going for at least 2.5 hours for the most part, but I am getting back into the swing of streaming after not having done so for like a week and a half. Probably gonna do so with my other channel account. So you get to upload videos on this one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Guess we're up to what, 8 subscribers now? Another 2 today. Heck yeah, man. I don't, and to be fair, I mean, we have 6. I only know who, like, 3 of those were before. Not that the other 3 show up the chat ever, but I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Alright, Champion Gundyr. This, I feel like, is gonna go not well. Oh my god, that frostbite damage is crazy. This boss would be so sick in Lies of P. Lies of P fairies would go so hard on Champion Gundyr. 2 R1s there? Okay, 2 R1s is a little greedy. Maybe we should just go for 1 R2 instead. Take the heal. Go for 1 R1, which is maybe a little greedy. It's okay. Never punished. Oh, I'm going off the ledge. Yup. Oh, that's funny. I had a feeling. The moment I walked over to that ledge to hit him with that R1, I had a feeling. Alright. We go again. This boss is so sick. I love this boss. Dark Souls 3 bosses are so good. They cooked so hard with the bosses in this game, except for Aldrich, I guess. And Champion Gravetender. We'll get to Champion Gravetender. God, I hate Champion Gravetender. I don't even think this is the fastest way to go. I just sort of went this way. Yeah, he Spartan kicked me off the ledge, exactly. Last time I played Dark Souls 3, I didn't even fight Champion Gravetender. I just skipped him, because I didn't want to deal with him. Okay. Our weapon's a little too slow to get an R1 there in that situation. That was just a horrible R1. What was I thinking there? Yeah. Yep. That's my bad. That was just a horrible, horrible R1 from way too far away. I'm here for it, though. We've not really had to struggle against a boss in Dark Souls 3 this whole playthrough. Most of the deaths have been to the areas. So I'm here for it. I didn't even get to struggle against Arlecchino or Luxatia in the Lies of P stream the other day, so... I'm also now sad realizing that that stream almost 1000% has the same audio issue that the beginning of this stream did, but... Alright, yeah, we should not go this direction to run back. This is not the right way to go. We should go right and just wrap around instead. I should not have gone for an R1. I should have healed there, but it's okay. Heal. Just a little late with my R1. What is the Nameless King doing over there? What are you doing here? He's just standing there menacingly. That was funny. Ow. Maybe I should be dodging to his... There he is again! The Nameless King's back! Once again, I should have gone for a heal there. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Ouch. Please, I just want to heal. Oh, that's bad. Yep, there was no way. Not after the charge in that situation. Was I gonna get a heal off? He's tough. He's tough and I love it. It's tough fighting him with a slow weapon, because the previous times I played this game I was on a dex build, so I like it though. Just go down this path instead. Okay, it's fine. I think that if we are going to beat Gundyr, it's not going to be a run where we use 13 flasks. I think it's going to be a run where we just don't get hit as much as we're getting hit so far. That's on me. I rolled way too late there. Rolled early that time. I'm going to take the opportunity to heal there. I'm gonna go for 2 when I definitely shouldn't and get immediately punished for it. Sometimes you have to get greedy, because sometimes it works. Uh-oh. Alright, that's an opportunity to heal. Perfect. Oh! Be able to parry some of those attacks. That's true. However, I am notoriously bad at parrying in Dark Souls. I can parry in like Bloodborne and Sekiro and stuff, but I'm so bad at shield parrying. Oh my god, that did so much damage. I can't see anything. We're alive, though, which is good. Not for long, though. Okay, we got close. We got close. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. Alright. This boss is so fun. He's so cool. I don't know. I'm a sucker for taking the tutorial boss and turning him into like an actual fight. It's something that Dark Souls 1 tries and fails to do well, because the Asylum Demon rematches in Dark Souls 1 are not great, especially the one underneath. The Stray Demon is such a miserable fight compared to normal Asylum Demon, and the fire version is not that much better either. Leave me alone, friends. No need to take 10-50 attempts per boss. I mean, hey, I've been there. I'm like that sometimes too. I mean, especially on my blind playthroughs. For example, a blind playthrough of Elden Ring, Rykard took me like 4 hours, which is crazy because Rykard is like one of the easiest main bosses in Elden Ring. But I think it took me 2.5 hours to beat phase 1 of Rykard for the first time. Oh, I got unlocked. That was strange. I don't want to be near the ledge, because I don't want to get knocked off. Oh, I really thought he was doing a slam. Okay, take our opportunity to heal twice there. My second assist didn't come out. That's not good. There we go. Perfect. That hurts, but not a lot we can do about it. Just, like, get away from him. Or like the last time I fought Consul Radon probably took me a couple hours too. There we go. This Skull Spear attack is what gets me. God, that fight is so freaking good. I really, really love Champion Gundyr. What an incredible fight. Let's go pick up our 0 souls. Oh, that fight is so awesome. I love it. It's so fast-paced. I love the fast-paced bosses like that. Probably because I started the Soul series with Bloodborne. I almost wish that took us longer. That's what I keep saying to every boss in this game. Man, I wish we took longer to beat that. Alright, let's go grab Champion Gundyr. Where is he? Champion Gundyr. Right there he is. Let's bring him up here. I think, at bare minimum, he's in the amazing tier. The question is, do I like Champion Gundyr enough to put him in Holy Peak? I think the answer is probably not. I think he's very close to Manus, and Manus is also very close to here. Artorias also probably shouldn't be up here, but I'm biased, so I don't really care. I'm trying to think, because, like, there are Dark Souls 3 bosses that I think could make it to Holy Peak. Gale probably will. Soul of Cinder might. Nameless King might. And I think that fights like Gale, Nameless King are a little better. And a little more... I think really all he's missing is he's missing a secret spice. There's some spice that he's missing. He's like the perfect normal boss, if that makes any sense. That's sort of my thought process on Champion Gundyr. LMAO, Bed of Chaos. Yeah. Also, wait, Bed of Chaos should be there. It's supposed to, because they're supposed to be in the order that we played them. So Dragon God's supposed to be first. What were they thinking? Hey, I mean, hey, Bed of Chaos is not the worst boss they've made. This boss is worse than Bed of Chaos. I believe that wholeheartedly. That the gank boss from Dark Souls 2 that has Havel, who has 5 Estus Flasks, is truly a nightmare. But we did beat it first try. It only took us 60 life gems. Yeah, Bed of Chaos is rough. I am not a big Bed of Chaos fan. That's for sure. I imagine that one also sounds like it'd be a nightmare to do hitless. But isn't there like a setup you can do for Bed of Chaos? Most DS2 bosses are ganks. That's true. But not all DS2 bosses are NPC ganks, which is the real, I think the real issue with the Havel one, is that it's an NPC gank, and Havel has infinite poise because it's Havel. And then on top of that, he has Estus to heal himself with. And not just one Estus. I believe it's 5. We only saw him heal 4 times in the fight. Which I guess it's funny to complain about him healing 4 times when I used 60 life gems to beat him, but that gank is by far the worst gank in Dark Souls 2. And it's not close. Because most of the other ganks in Dark Souls 2 are ganks, yes, but they're also easy because the enemies in Dark Souls 2 sometimes just kind of sit there and take it. The NPCs in Dark Souls 2 are demonic. They're devilish. Or like other ganks, like, I don't know, Congregation is so unfathomably easy that it's hard to even call it a fight. Or like the Royal Rat, which I forget which royal, if the big dog is the Royal Rat Authority. I think that's the Vanguard. The Authority is the room that's just 30 rats in a room, and one of them has the health bar, and the other 30 don't. But Dark Souls 2 has a lot of fights like that. Yeah. I don't know. Dark Souls 2 is a strange game. I like it though, I think. I think I came around to liking Dark Souls 2 by the end. Okay, well, goodbye. Hornet Ring? We don't get his armor. I mean, I guess we could quit out and get it, but I'm not gonna wear the Black Knight armor over the Leonard set. It's not my fault that they made the best armor set in Dark Souls Trilogy, and they gave it to an NPC you can kill right at the start of the game. I'm surprised that the ganking didn't take out my enjoyment of Dark Lurker in Dark Souls 2. I mean, it did a little bit, but the fact that like you have to fight a gank of NPCs every single time you want to fight Dark Lurker is crazy. I'm fortunate that we went with the one that didn't involve fighting Havel every time, because I would have lost my mind doing that. Considering the amount of tries it took us to beat Dark Lurker, which was like 20 or so maybe. I don't remember how many times we died to Dark Lurker. It was a lot though, compared to most of the bosses in Dark Souls 2. I don't think we should just go get the infinite homeward thing and leave probably. But Dark Souls 2 has its charms. I think it's a charming game. It's a very strange little piece in the history of the Souls series, and I think it's not all bad. All right, let me get rid of this and put that on. Where is it? Now we have an infant homeward bone, which is Poggers.
Well, what?
And she sells the Artorias set, which is cool. Although I don't think I'm particularly interested in using the Artorias set on this playthrough. It does look very cool in Night Rain, though, on Wilder. So. And then I can't remember if there's anything at the top of the area. But I guess we can at least check if there's anything at the top up the other stairs. Ugh. I love being able to see the things that are in front of me when I'm using the port hammer. It's my favorite part of this weapon. Alright, I think there's nothing else. Let's just go back to the shrine. Then we can level up using the souls that we have. And then maybe we'll try and go a little bit further towards Lothric Castle. Actually, you know what we can do instead of going towards Lothric Castle? We can go back to the Irithyll dungeon, and we can get access to the area where Ancient Wyvern and Nameless King are, since we have the emote, so that I don't forget. The question is, what would be the fastest way back to that? I think it would be the Profane Capital and then backtracking to it? I don't really remember. I think it would be that. I could be mistaken. We can make our way back to it. And then maybe I'll call it after we get access to that area. That could be a good stopping point. Averaging about 4 bosses a Dark Souls 3 stream is not so bad. Oh, wait, we can't go backwards from this direction. Never mind, that's not gonna work. We'll have to go back to the dungeon then to get to it instead. Water is so nice. Okay. Dungeon. And then I think I know how to get back from this bonfire. These guys are a little harder to just run past than most enemies. We should just be able to go, like, over here and then drop down and go through this, I think? Or is it literally right there on the other side of that corner? Let me just go check. Ow. That's the wrong thing. Let's see. Ow. Stop that. No, yeah, this leads to these guys. I think it's the other way? I'm so... Yeah, we came through here an hour ago, and I already forgot where to go. Truly incredible, the way that I managed to remember areas in Dark Souls 1 and 3. It's actually astounding. Okay. But I think... Where's the lever? There it is. I think this is our fastest way back. Yeah, it's like right here, isn't it? Yeah, it's right here. Perfect. Okay, we just go right here. And then... we do this, Yuma. Right? There we go. Okay, I was worried for a second there that I was misremembering. But we got it. Ugh. I love when the Souls games do little secret areas like this. It's very akin to like Canehurst in Bloodborne. I love it. Alright, welcome to the one area from Dark Souls 2 that I don't remember the name of. It's not exactly that area, really at all. But it's also a dragon-themed area. Where all the dragons are flying around and you can zip line straight to the end. And then ignore all the other stuff in there. And then you fight like the old giant or whatever, the old dragon or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. The boss that sucks. I was going to say the boss that sucks from Dark Souls 2 as if there's only one of those, but it's like the dragon that has 2 attacks and like 7 billion health. And then you just kind of attack it, and then you run away, and then you attack it, and then you run away. And it's like, why did I even fight this optional boss? I get almost nothing for it. I guess you get the giant soul to make... Ancient Dragon, thank you. I guess you get the giant soul to make Vendrick easier, but... Vendrick's not that hard. Maybe if you miss that one, it is hard. Yeah, that one is... It's a dry boss, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to call stream here. Thanks for hanging out. As tempted as I am to go for a little bit further, I think that I know sort of how to pace these streams. And when we're getting back into the swing of things, yeah, Vendrick takes a while too, especially if you don't have the giant souls. He has so much health. Let me do this. I'm going to mute this. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed yourself with the stream. We made some pretty good progress with this one. We cleared out, let's see, let's bring it back to the tier list one more time for today to look at the progress. Let's see, we did Dancer, we did Champion Gundyr, Oceiros, and Yorm, which leaves us with only 5 more bosses in the base game. We've got Dragon Slayer and Lothric, Ancient Wyvern, Nameless King, and then the final boss. And then it's off to the DLCs, where we get some great bosses like Frida and Demon Prince and Gale, and bosses like Half-Light and Champion Gravetender are also there. So maybe next stream... But Lothric Castle kind of takes a while. Maybe next stream we aim for like Nameless King or something? That could be fun. Although I kind of want to wait a little bit long. Maybe we do Lothric first and then come back for Nameless King. That might be the strat. We'll see. We'll play it by ear when we get to the next stream. But I think that I don't want to pace myself too long. We're finally coming back after not having streamed for like 2 weeks. Alright. It's been a nice stream despite the tech issues. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Be good to yourselves. Stay hydrated. And don't you dare go hollow.